Yo, what's up, you guys? So, a little over a week ago, I got this handheld right here, which is the One X Fly. It was actually crowned as the best handheld of 2024 by the PC Gamer magazine. So, I had to check it out. But around that same time that I got this device, I actually got another device, and that just so happens to be the new M4 iPad Pro 11-inch. Now, this is a very interesting device. The M4 chip, most powerful processor ever in a tablet before. We finally got OLED on the iPad, especially the 11-inch, which is always stuck on LCD. And, it's a powerhouse. But I wanted to really do a challenge and challenge myself to see if I could replace my handhelds. That includes the Steam Deck, the Legion Go, the ROG Ally, even my favorite A&E Kun. Could I replace these handhelds, with the new iPad Pro M4 11-inch. So I set out to do a week challenge, put my handhelds aside and just play on the iPad Pro. And I'm going to walk through some games, and then I'm going to give you some thoughts on if the iPad could possibly replace your Steam Deck, your Legion Go, your ROG Ally, or any other handheld, even the so-called best handheld of 2024. So let's play some games and let's talk about it. Okay, so in order to replace my handheld, we have to turn the iPad Pro itself into a handheld gaming device. Now, you may be saying, hey, Brilliant Average Dude, the iPad is already handheld. It's a tablet. Now, of course, the iPad is handheld. I'm holding it in my hand, but it's not really a handheld gaming device that can replace any of my handhelds without something like this, and that is a controller. Now, you could go without the controller, but I do think in order to replace a handheld, you have to be able to get some physical controls to get a little bit more from your device. So I have this controller here that does expand big enough to fit the iPad Pro. Now this will only fit up to the 11-inch version, and that's one of the main reasons that I got the 11-inch version. And now check this out, you guys. This is a proper handheld. Look at this. It feels good in the hand. I have all my controls. I have Hall effect joysticks here. This setup here may remind you of something like this. This is the One X Player X1. So these are actually very similar as far as size goes, but now we have an OLED on here and an LCD on here. They're both 120 hertz. And so we do get a very similar, I guess, immersion as far as experience goes. There's some criteria for the games I have for this challenge. Now, one, the game had to either already be available on PC, so something that I can, pick up any PC handout and play, or two, it had to have a certain level of quality where I felt like it wasn't really a diminished experience to the point where I'm just playing a mobile game. So those are the games we're going to play. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the first game. Okay, so the first game I think makes a great case for this just starting off the bat is Hades. As you see, when I started this video, I was playing Hades 2 on the One X Fly, and you can actually play Hades 1 on the iPad Pro. Now this is available through Netflix, which I think is weird. I don't know if you can download this without a Netflix subscription, which is a weird thing. But if you do have Netflix games does allow you to play games like Hades on your iPad and iOS device. And this is like the full experience. Now I'm playing Hades. It is very fast paced. I do love the OLED 120 hertz display on this iPad Pro. And I have no complaints. Playing Hades on this is no different than I would if I was playing on like any other handheld. You even get vibration with the controller. So this is like a full Hades experience. I'm not feeling like I'm getting a diminished experience in any way. And I think this is a great way to start off this this challenge, because this is, the full Hades game. It's not like a demo version or like a mobile version. The only difference is you can't like adjust the display settings, but this game runs amazing. It looks amazing, and this is a great case for the iPad handheld challenge. So I think we're off to a great start. If you only play Hades, you can definitely pick up the iPad Pro, and you wouldn't miss any of these handhelds, especially with this big, beautiful 11-inch OLED display. So Hades is a win. So far, we're looking good. Let's go into the next game. All right, you guys, round two, another heavy hitter here. we had to test Genshin Impact. I think this is probably another great example of how you could, replace a handheld with an iPad, because we're running this right now at 120 hertz on high settings, and it does look great on this display. Now, this video is, like I said, only 30 FPS, but I would tell you, like, in person, it looks amazing. It plays great. I don't even really play Genshin Impact, really, but if you're gonna play a game that's replacing a handheld, this is probably one of the top, contenders here for one of those like console PC level games, because it is the same game that you get on here that you would play on, your PC. And yeah, it's great. So let's go into the next game. All right, you guys, here's another heavy hitter. We're definitely, 3 for 3 right now. And I don't play Minecraft very often, but Minecraft is arguably one of the biggest games of all time, and you can run it on the iPad Pro no problem. So, I mean, people spend hundreds of hours in Minecraft, and that may be the only game some people play. So for those people, you could definitely, get by without ever even looking at a handout if you only play Minecraft, because it's the full game. We have creative, we have story mode, we have online. You can even download mods and extra, texture packs and things like that. And we have the full experience here. Check this out. I might build something here. I'm not very good, but I'm making something. I would say this test is going well so far, but let's go into the next game to see if, we can keep this going. All right, so another open world game that's a little less child friendly is GTA San Andreas. So as you can see here, we're playing San Andreas, and this is the full game. There's no real difference between this and what you would be playing on, like, your PC. I think it is slightly enhanced compared to like the original, like, PS2 version. I'm kind of in a situation here, but like I said, this is like the full experience here. And as you can see, I'm definitely getting the full experience because I might not make it out of here alive. But anyway, as I try to stay alive here, you can see that I was wasted. But what I will say is not wasted is this game. Sorry about that, you guys. But anyway, yeah, you get the full experience here. We're 4 for 4. Let's not waste any time. Let's get on to the next game. All right, so we're back with another heavy hitter. This is probably one of the best indie games of all time. Deadcells plays amazing here on the iPad Pro. That's really the theme of this video. All the games that I'm going to showcase here run well, and you're going to have a great experience with all of them. I'm just showcasing the ones to really make a case for those, who may not, believe it. For all those people who don't believe that an iPad could replace a handheld, I will say that a lot of the arguments against it will be that, well, you can't play like every game that's available, on the PC. And of course that is true, but the point is, if an iPad can replace a handheld for like any capacity. Now, of course, if it only had like mobile games, like, like Candy Crush and Subway Surfer and things like that, then I wouldn't really consider it as a replacement. But if you're able to play games that you would reasonably play on your, PC or handheld, then I do think there's a case to be made that it can replace a handheld. So Deadcells is, probably one of the best examples, because this is probably one of the best indie games, of all time. It's got to be in there in the top 10 or 50 or top 100 of best indie games of all time on anyone's list. So I think this is a great example of, the quality and the fun gameplay you can have on an iPad. But like I said, we're only, showing a few games so far. Let's keep this going and let's see what we can get into. All right, check this out, you guys. If you know, you know. If you're one of the OGs, you know this guy here. This is what Samurai Jack. Probably one of the greatest cartoons we ever saw back in the day on Cartoon Network. But yeah, this is Samurai Jack, the full Samurai Jack experience here, and this is like a decent game here as far as 3D action games go. Samurai Jack is probably one of the best, is a hidden gem. I don't hear many people talk about it. It is, you know, some years old now, but Samurai Jack is like an amazing experience on this iPad Pro here. Um, I'm not able to like adjust any graphic settings, but it looks high quality. It looks smooth. Not sure if it's running at the full 120, but it feels smooth. Not sure how good it comes off of a video, but yeah, this is a great experience here, and we're having a good time playing as Samurai Jack. But let's not waste any time. Let's get into the next game. Okay, so we're going from Cartoon Network to Nickelodeon here. A little less serious than Samurai Jack, but this is SpongeBob and the Cosmic Shake, I believe it's called. And this is available on PC and console. It's the full, you know, experience here. We are at ultra settings, and this is running smooth. Like it feels like, you know, we're getting that full 120 hertz with the ultra settings. This is an amazing experience here, and this is like the full game. I don't know if you can tell the graphics. They look good, and it feels smooth. I'm not sure you can see how good the graphics are there, but yeah, it looks good, feels smooth, and we're having a great time here playing as SpongeBob. All right, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so right now we are in Real Racing 3. It's probably, you know, the closest equivalent to something like a Forza Motorsport. Pretty good graphics here. We even get the cockpit view, which is always nice. And this is a very extensive, you know, sort of racing sim-esque type game. Um, and yeah, you know, you can play this without controller, and it is a very good experience as far as the quality goes, the graphics. I think this may be one of the best as far as graphical racing games available on the iPad right now. So yeah, great experience here, very smooth, very high quality, and this is a great game for all of those racing fans out there. All right, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so this is gonna be the last game I showcase in this video. I had so many games to show you, but I know this video is getting way too long. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. This is, of course, not the most intense game, probably the least intense game of all the games we've tested. But this just goes to show you like the type of games that you can play, and the fact that, you know, you can have a great experience on the iPad Pro or pretty much any, you know, iOS device right now. Most of these games are available. Now there are more intense games that I could have showed you, like Death Stranding or Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village, but I just wanted to show you a few games, you know, that I like to play that I think really makes a case for, you know, the iPad being able to replace your handheld. Now, to end this video, my final thoughts on if this test was a success. I will say this week long test that I, you know, forced myself to endure was a great experience. The reason is because if you know what games to look for, you can have a great experience on the iPad Pro. Now, performance is never really going to be an issue with any game you can throw at it. The screen is amazing. OLED, it gets loud, it gets bright. Everything you really want in a mobile device, you have in the iPad Pro. Now, as far as those die-hard, hardcore PC gamers, you're not going to really replace, you know, those games. You're not going to be able to replace, you know, Helldivers or Ghost of Tsushima or any of those, you know, heavy hardcore PC games. But if you know where to look, there are some definitely hidden gems that are available that make the iPad Pro a device that in a pinch, not even in a pinch, you know, for a reasonable amount of time could replace your handheld. You have racing games, you have shooting games, you have arcade style games, you have indie style games, 3D games, 2D games, and all that can be played with a controller. And then there's more casual mobile games that you can play without a controller. So I really do think that this test was a success. I was able to replace all of my handhelds, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Legion Go, even the best handheld of the year, the One X Fly. I was able to replace all of those with the iPad Pro, and I didn't really miss those too much. So yeah, I think I had a great experience. This test was a success, and the verdict is that you definitely can replace any handheld with an iPad Pro. You just have to know what games to look for. Now, if you only play Helldivers 2 or something like that, then obviously you already know the answer. But if you are looking to just game in general, this is a great gaming device. And yeah, it has the barely average dude seal of approval. So anyway, as always, like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff. And I'm going to keep having fun with the new iPad Pro because it is an amazing handheld. And, you know, leave a comment if you think this can't replace a handheld. And we'll talk about that in the comments below. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Check this out, you guys. Check this out. Oh, one more thing. One more thing, you guys. If you ever doubted this game's capability, check this out before you go. All right, you guys, look at this. I totally forgot what I was gonna show you. I had this all planned out, but I was playing so many games I forgot. Look at this, you guys. We are now playing. We are now playing God of War. This is PSP emulation, but we are actually able to run God of War on the iPad Pro. Now, this is an ancient game by today's standards, but if you cannot sit there and tell me that playing God of War doesn't replace a handheld for any period of time. I don't care if it's even just for one day, one afternoon, one weekend. You can definitely play through this entire God of War game without missing your handheld. And if you say you can't, then I don't know what to say to you. We're playing God of War on the iPad Pro right now, and it's running at 1080p, 60 FPS. And if that can't replace your handheld, then nothing can. I almost forgot, but I had to show you guys this. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.